Hi everyone, welcome to another Cosmic Chrome conversation with me, Marie.
And Tina.
We've got this smooth, I'll tell you. This week we're talking about time slips, not gym slips, time slips. Oh, it's one of them days. We're filming on an evening in SNTP in our friend's kitchen. We're still here with all the dogs still. So we'll crack on with it then. Welcome everybody who hasn't listened to us or seen us before, and good on you for keep coming back, those who have. Right, time slips.
So what are we talking about when we say time slips?
I'm not too sure.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Have you looked up the definition?
I have.
Yeah.
It says that some scientists say that the purpose, they propose that time slips may be the result of quantum mechanical process. Right, okay. The observer has a sudden change in perception and time. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
The observer crosses over onto a parallel universe. They say that could be natural or man-made portals, wow, allowing travel through time and gateways to different eras.
Yeah, so it's basically the surroundings that change,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I have an idea, but
Yeah.
like to put it, I couldn't put it like that.
Yeah, I mean there's been stories, like for instance, it's hard to determine when you're talking about time travel and time slips. I
Yeah,
think time
I'm
slips
getting
are brief.
confused. Yeah.
And they sort of, they happen. I've read stories where a couple were driving through this town and, they're driving through the countryside, they come to this little gas station and realise that it's all old-fashioned. And then, I don't know if that was a fake one, because they said they paid for a meal at a restaurant. It was in France, I think. And how would they pay for the meal when the cash would be, people would say, what kind of note is this?
Yeah, what president is
make
this?
sense,
Yeah, or something.
So, it's hard to define what's true and
Well, they say
what's
that
not.
paranormal spirits and ghosts interact with us, creating a sudden shift, again in time and space. A meditation or lucid dreaming can open a gateway.
Yeah, I mean, I think with ghosts, I know ghosts like appear, or if you go to like the Tower of London, everybody says they've seen ghosts, don't they?
Is this the one you want? Jack the Ripper exhibition, is that the one?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the Tower of London.
Oh, the Tower.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Madame Tussauds. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
London anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
But people have experienced like going into the tower and then actually experiencing the time change, like you walk into a room and then it's the decor and everything is like years before it looks at the present, and then you would see ghosts just doing their normal thing, and it's like looking at a film, isn't it? Like walking onto a film set. Yeah, that type of thing, really. The only thing that's happened to me is like the Jack the Ripper thing. Now, we've done podcasts, it wasn't a visual one, it was way back.
Yeah.
When we was talking about past lives. So with that, I had all these instances where it's, again, we was talking about synchronicity, how things were popping into my life.
It all comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, they all sort of merged, didn't they? And I went to see this Jack the Ripper exhibition, and I can go to a place, and this in my head, so this isn't a physical time slip, but I do it in my head. And I've sort of gone to this place, and if I touch something, I can...
You instantly transport it.
Yeah, like I can close my eyes or have my eyes open, but it's in my head, so I'm sort of imagining it, how everything was at the time, and with a cobbled floor, like the Jack the Ripper time. And I said like they'd see the man lighting the lamp.
Oh, the gas lamps, yeah.
Yeah, and the music, the piano playing in the pub and everything. And obviously I used to live in that area. So I know the layout, but obviously it would look completely different.
Are people around you?
Yeah.
I mean, you know when you touch this object?
Yeah.
So there's people just doing like modern
So
day.
I think I'm seeing past events in that space.
Right.
You know, and the Jack the Ripper one, obviously it was in East London, the exhibition, and it was a private exhibition, and I got to see it through someone else who I know was in the police force, you know, and it was very interesting. I won't go into it because it's a story about a past life. So, but there I was in that. Another instance, it wasn't a time slip. It was sitting on a train. Now, lost time. Now, what would you say, you know, when you've lost time? Sometimes you say time flies quickly, don't you?
Yeah, or when you're going slow today.
Yeah, you know, there's an actual scientific name for it, like when you're driving and...
You don't know how you got from one place to another?
Yeah, but that is a physical thing, that isn't paranormal. But I believe what I experienced wasn't that type of thing, because I'm sitting there reading a book and I don't know how I'd gone like 3 stops past my station on a tube train. Ended up 3 stops past mine, and I've looked up and it was Paddington Station, and I thought, really busy station because it's like where you're connecting it to the main line, and I thought, where am I? And I've looked round and then I see the big sign. I thought, oh.
So what is that time difference like if you're looking down to read something?
It was 15 minutes.
Wow.
It was 50. I didn't fall asleep. I'm sitting there reading my book. And the thing was, if I'd carried on reading, I would have been 15 minutes away into the book. But I was on the same page. And the thing was, I'd looked at my book, and then I looked up and I was 1 stop before. And then I looked down and I thought, oh, I'll finish this page and then it will be time to get off. And then I sort of got to the bottom of the page and then I looked up and I thought, hang on a minute. So what happened to me? Did I just like glitch and freeze? What happened in that 15 minutes? I don't know, because I don't recall it.
Well, they say the psychological explanation is deja vu, which means already seen, and that's glitches in your brain, memories. Now that's what, I don't know about memories, but it's a glitch in, I reckon you had a glitch in your brain. Do you know what I mean? And the feeling of being transported to a different time or location again. But they also say that these things can happen to you, or you experience like time sleep feelings through sleep deprivation, some medications that you've got, and it says schizophrenia, but I personally wouldn't just say that. I'd say mental health issues. That I'm not being woke or politically correct, but I just don't think it's that. You know, I've experienced things when I wasn't diagnosed with what I've got, mad cow's disease probably, but and I used to think that I'd just seen something, you know what I mean, something that was different on the cat. It usually was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen a lot, and I'd look and I'd see like maybe a cup, you know, the kettle being boiled. I remember this one, kettle being boiled, but I was sitting there with the cup.
There's been
that one where I told you
about
the there was an example. I found out that a woman was in her kitchen, that's what's just prompted that, in a house, and she had baby monitor, listening for a baby obviously, and she could hear voices, well, just a voice I should say. She thought, I recognise that voice. And it was somebody telling a story of Jack and the Beanstalk to her child, and she went, I did that. that this morning, right? She got her husband, you know, just go, listen, I mean, I'm not being funny, I don't know if she's real, because if you could hear somebody's voice in the bedroom, you wouldn't be standing there going, would you? You know what I mean? I wonder who that is. You'd be up there going, yeah, but anyway, apparently she brought her husband to the monitor, they had to listen, and she explained herself. They went upstairs, and the baby was fast asleep. She went, but I did this morning, and it wasn't a recording monitor. So she was listening to earlier on in the day, not seeing it, but listening to it. Because time slips I find a bit, what's the word, not confusing, but I remember asking you about Quantum Leap. The TV, it's not the same, is it?
No. He just went into other...
He went into different eras.
That's exactly what it is, I guess,
Quantum Leap, yeah. I mean, there's people in pictures, they say that is time slips where people have come from the future and they're in crowds and they've got more modern...
Time travel.
Yeah, you're right, I've got that
But, saying that, like if, like for instance, this couple that said they were in France and they went back in time and people were dressed funny. There's other instances of it happening to other people in different places, you know, where they've gone back in time. But what if then, them people there, or when we've seen that guy taking that picture, is he done a time slip for
that's what I was
15 minutes,
I was going to say,
and he's there 1 minute and then he walks out, and they say that it could be like a vortex, and there's certain places on the planet, natural places, that could happen, like Bermuda Triangle. I mean, some of the things can be explained because they have found the planes.
That's not me snoring,
ocean.
that's a dog snoring.
Yeah.
If you can hear it.
Yeah, the planes at the bottom of the ocean, but then there are some things I think that they haven't found. You know, where did they go? Or, you know, you said about the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah, that was, I don't know a lot about it, but I remember it. I just, was I on a ship? Yeah, a naval ship, doing experiments, I think it was 1943.
It was a film.
Yeah.
And they did say that it was just a film, but people have researched it and they've found out that...
Well, they said that the crew members got sort of, when I say under the radar, or they went in an area where you couldn't be found.
Yeah, that was the whole point of the exercise, to be hidden from radar.
Well, it said that the crew members experienced disorientation, hallucinations and temporary insanity. And I reckon if anybody's had a time slip, I wonder if they've thought they're going off their trolley.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I've you know, spent my whole life doing supernatural, paranormal stuff. For me, it's like, oh, okay. You know,
have you never gone, oh God, you know, I'm losing it?
Right at the beginning, yeah. Like you do.
Oh yes, you do.
You do. You
I can only talk for myself. I still have those moments, don't I? I go, is it me?
Yeah, I tend to connect a lot to the past for some reason. You know, I love going to historical places and just touching.
Remember when we went to Kantara?
I've just had a thought, yeah. First time I went to Bella Pace, or was it Kantara?
I remember you putting your hand on.
The first time I went to Kantara, which is a castle built into the top of the mountain. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Very historical.
It's an ancient castle, ruins. First time I went up there, I remember doing that, and then I remember people running past, like rushing down, like soldiers or whatever they were, monks, or that they were in that long dress thing, and it was just a brief thing, like, you know, you just saw them running down the stairs and then it's finished.
Yeah, because this is where the time slip. Was you there, or was you seeing it? Do you get me? Was you visionary? Having a vision?
I would say it was a vision.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said they saw me and they would interact with me like this couple said they were talking to people, and actually the physical body had gone. No, my physical body hadn't gone. I just was viewing it like a film.
Well,
You know.
there was, it's called the Winchester Mystery. I've got another
Oh,
one.
that's a good story.
And it was, there was a house built by the widow, her hubby invented the Winchester rifle.
Yeah.
And the house was said to be haunted by people who were killed by the rifle. So
Yeah.
wherever they were in the world, or probably America, it says there was visions and experiences of time slips as if they were transported to those areas and eras, people visiting.
Reliving it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, seeing it. I mean, you see, you can be an observer of something happening,
Yeah.
but are you really there? Do you know what I mean? Are you
Yeah.
there and they can't see you?
Yeah, see, I see that as we would be the ghost.
Yeah,
Because that some people with extrasensory perception might be able to see us. Like, you know, like I could see a ghost or I could see a spirit and others can't.
Well, have you seen things, I don't know, on the
It's just
TV films
that
where the
connection.
person has come and they are a ghost and they're going, hello, can you see me? Like,
Yeah.
everybody's carrying on, then
Yeah.
suddenly a cat or a dog
Yeah.
sees them.
They say animals sense things, don't
Yeah. Yeah, there was also another one, got just some examples because I haven't experienced this myself, so I thought I'd just get some stories, yeah. A pilot called Goddard in 1935 was flying, he was doing a mission or whatever he was doing, you know, going to get groceries, I don't know, right? But he's going over this area and he can see like an airfield, you can see yellow planes and people in certain attire, when I say uniforms or anything like that. I think he got back and said, well, what's that place? Then I went over, you know, by so-so, and I got, you on a babe, you know what I mean, get out of town. But 4 years later, in 1939, there was an airfield built, and they started to make their training planes yellow and have, I think it was blue uniforms or something like, you know what I mean? The clothes people were wearing, you sort of gone, that's what. So did he go into the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's unusual because it always seems to be the past. People go into the past. But yeah, that's interesting.
Well, this gentleman, this pilot, I think went on, please look it up. I didn't have the opportunity to do so today, but he went on to, I think, to go a bit further into that. I think he's written books. I could be wrong, but have a check on that. So that was 1935 that happened. He's a vision, apparently, they said.
And he wrote a whole book on it.
I'm not sure if it was just that or the area of time slips or quantum leap or something like that, or visions. You touched on the Jack the Ripper, didn't you?
Yeah. The only other one that wasn't a time slip, and I've spoke again before, because like I said, things cross, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so, because everything's really connected, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the only time I think when I really thought I was in a place when I was walking the dogs over.
Is that when you
the
told
farm.
me? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in Scotland, but I didn't know that at the time. I was in a place, and then I saw this like low-rise pub thing, and it was a wreck with like a plane crash thing, and it seemed like it lasted for ages, but it probably was a minute.
Wow, yeah, I remember this. Because you asked me, did that happen? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, and then I went back. I was walking the dogs, obviously. I went back to the house after, and Les said on the news, there's been a helicopter crashed into a pub in
like a
Scotland
nightclub.
or
Yeah,
Ireland?
I believe it was Scotland.
Yeah.
And a helicopter, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a
Crashed.
helicopter, yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
I remember
So that
you
was
telling me.
at the time it happened, which had just happened, but in a different place. So it's a place slip.
So it could.
It's a place slip.
But it was
not a time slip.
But there again, did you say you were here?
not in Cyprus, no, I was in England, in London.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's a... you're right, yeah, I'm trying to diagnose...
Yeah. Temporal displacement is a posh 2 words. I don't
Is
know
that
if
what
it's-
it...
I don't know, but I've heard of them say that on the telly.
So it's as if you were... I'm trying to say, were you transported there?
Yeah, but again, but there was so much going on, I wouldn't even have known if someone had seen me standing there, because I was standing quite far back, but there was like ambulances arriving, fire engines, what have you, and chaos, you know, and pieces of wreckage, and it was like at my feet there. So that was, yeah, like a minute.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
yeah, do you know what? I'm trying to, yeah, because to me it is a time sleep, your time, you know what I mean? Your placement. So can you call them placement slips, place slips,
Yeah.
or?
So if there's natural pockets like that, like vortexes that
Yeah.
you know you can slip through,
Yeah.
it's like that. What was that TV program with Nicholas Lyndhurst?
Good night, sweetheart.
Yeah, and he used to go around the corner, but it was a permanent, natural time.
Like portal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
portal, wasn't it? And he would go. He had 2 lives in the past and in the present.
Yeah.
But I think you said about like, you know, natural and unnatural, so who knows what experiments are being done and what portals they're opening. We don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, I mean, there is a place in an area called the Black Country in the Midlands that has been built brick by brick, stone by stone, back to the Victorian age of the Black Country, tenement houses, the paths,
Like
the pub.
restored.
Yeah, restored. Yeah, it's actually called a living museum. You got the trams. You have people in the houses that are sitting by the fire, and you walk in. They go, "All right, how you doing?"
Like actors.
Yeah, well, volunteers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just people who are doing a great job there, and there's a mind thing. What I'm saying is, if you had a blindfold on, right,
Yeah.
and they took you somewhere, and it is a living and working museum, and they took the blindfold off, you took the tourists out, you would believe you were there. It is that fantastic. And what I'm trying to say is, I wonder if anything has happened there. I actually didn't look that up.
They say
As-
it does happen in the historical places.
You know, as the volunteers
Like
ever seen
Tower
somebody
London.
come down the stairs or something and go and use the bathroom? I don't know. I just wondered if there's anywhere else in the world that's like a living museum, a living place that has seen things. There is something that I wrote down as well. Yeah, but that's quite an interesting thing to me. I'm just wondering if anybody's watching from the Midlands or anybody's visited there, or has any stories of anything that you feel you've had a time slip or something's happened to you. Go ahead. Really would love to speak to somebody who's had that experience. But there was one, and I've written it down again. I've written it on my...
What do you remember while you're looking? Flambards. Do you remember that program, Flambards?
Flambards?
Yeah, don't you remember that Flambards?
It's not coming to me.
It was a period thing, like the Malins type thing.
Do you know what? I went
Yeah.
straight to the Malins.
You know, I've got the song in my head.
Flambards. Oh.
But there's a
I've got
there's
it,
a
yeah.
park called Flambards. Like I don't know if I think it might be where it was filmed, and that's what you said. It's like a living museum. You know, where they've got the old shoe the horses. You know, the old black.
I mean, if you took photos
Yeah.
of the people who worked there and everything,
and the
you
big
could
manor
swear
house.
you'd just been in a time slip.
Yeah.
You know, that you'd gone to another time. There was something about a priest, Father Ennerty, who made a machine. Chronovisor, I think, I've probably got that wrong, please correct me. It's a device or apparatus, and he said he could go into the past, I believe. I think that sounds like a quantum thing more than but he said that his biggest claim to fame was he went to the crucifixion.
And he was a religious guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But apparently this machine, with all these adventures that had been had to time
I
slip,
think he's been watching too many movies.
had too many communal mind. But it got dismantled apparently because they thought it would be used for evil.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I believe that one.
But yeah, it's like time slips. Mine have been more, I would say, more visionary. You know,
yes,
if
like
I've
I said, it's
what-
not a physical thing, it's up here.
yeah, it's like I
See.
was, what was I on? A tram in the Black Country Museum, going back to the main place, and up at the top where you come in, there's a garage with all the old cars where they do them up and everything. And I was allowed, because I was doing some work there, but I was allowed to go sit in one of the cars, right? And you know, when I sat in there, I seen out the window and I seen people walking, you know, across, sorry, there's like a mound of grass, but walking as if they were miners. But I don't know, do you know when you go, are they
Yeah.
volunteers? But I actually seen it for a second. I sat in the steering
I
wheel.
think you can connect to the past if you've got something
It was
in your
seconds,
hand, you know.
seconds.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big.
Do you know what, sort of changing the subject, but you know they say like furniture can be like haunted, you know, you could have like an old
I think
Victorian
it retains
rocking-
memories.
That's it,
Retaining
that's it.
memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you could sit in this rocking chair and then maybe have a vision of where the rocking chair was originally, or you know, the surroundings it was in.
I think maybe the
If it was in
difference.
the same house, that would be even more exciting.
I think maybe the difference would be would you say interacting with somebody there?
Yeah.
Because you can be an observer. I believe you can go to places.
Yeah.
I do. Never been to Sri Lanka, but I think I've been there with Duran Duran. Yeah, don't say you prefer me. Anyway, that's my youth coming back. But I believe you can, you know, be holding something or be part of something or a piece of clothing or something. And people do readings like that, don't they?
I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's a huge difference between feeling that.
And actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like, if it happens, you know, you're driving along a country road and then, I mean, because it's trees, isn't it? You know, wherever countryside, even here, you wouldn't see much difference until you came to a building, a shop, you know, a little store or something.
I'll tell you what would freak me if you, like, you know, when I say freak me, it wouldn't, but it would really interest me, is if you were going along and there was, I don't know, somebody with the cloth cap and everything doing the cows, and you had to stop and you went, morning, you know, whatever, right? And then you said to somebody a bit later, I'm just giving them a feeling.
What was that car?
Yeah, and he's looking at, looking at your car going,
Yeah.
is he in a time slip? I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
I wonder if people, like, just everyday people have actually gone,
Maybe.
I've just thought of something. What about, like, flying saucers and things like that? You know, when people have seen them, what if that's a time slip for them?
Yeah.
You know, whoever's, you know, driving it or whatever. What if, you know, when people have seen entities or things like that, are they having a time slip? You know, coming to us?
Yeah. So is it man-made? Are there man-made ones? Are there any in space or certain places on the earth? Like I said, I think it is historical places.
I think there is, that I don't know of, but I'm thinking, like you mentioned the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I
I
thought
wonder
something else as well.
what about Kantara Castle? And can you tell me, because I really get it wrong, is it the steps or the windows or something, the 7th? Or
The 101st room
yeah.
or the door, yeah.
Is that a portal?
Apparently, they said it is, yeah. But where it goes to, no one knows. They say it's like paradise.
What, because you fall off and go,
You would nowadays,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's got to be. Okay, if I can put it in a way. Like Mr. Ben.
Let me say mine yet.
Oh, yeah.
Is that my head?
Go on, say it.
Right. You know when events happen that are big events, and sometimes they have such an effect that replays. You know, like going back to the Tower of London again. You know, like a beheading. And people say they've seen the ghost and that, and it's like a reenactment of, because that was such an extreme situation.
Right.
That I don't know. Like,
are you watching it?
Yeah, the area and that person that experienced.
Is that a time scene? Do you get murdered? I
Would
don't know.
you walk into it? And I think people have seen things and walked back in time with that.
Yeah,
like
being part of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could have been a part of history, and you're thinking, oh, you know,
Yeah.
did I just see a ghost? But you might have actually been there.
Yeah, but the interaction bit, I've not experienced that. So
No.
I'm
Do you know of any?
skeptical of the ones that I've read and seen on YouTube. I mean, they are like more than one person seeing the same thing, but. I question everything, even what I experience
What happens
myself.
to you? Yeah.
I still question everything, and I always research.
Well, look at Limeridge in the
check out.
wardrobe. There was a portal.
Yeah. Was it a time one? No, it was to another place.
Yeah, but it was a portal.
So, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if somebody's got? Do you know what would be fascinating if somebody was brave enough, if it was happening to them, that they had somewhere where they actually go and disappear to and go to another, like good night, sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine that if it was like a permanent thing and you found it and no one else did.
Yeah, because that's what happened to him, and then I know the story evolved, and his mate went or something. I don't remember it very well, but just imagine that. How, as long as it was somewhere where he was safe, you know what I mean? I'd love that. An escape.
Yeah. Long as it's a good place, yeah.
Long as it's a good place, yeah.
Well, no, it's not somewhere I'd want to choose.
Yeah, where you walk through this portal and suddenly an arrow goes, Phew!
Yeah, I don't know what time I'd like to go to.
Where would you like to go to? Let us know. Because we talk about these things and people are listening and watching, and you really give us some feedback, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to go back to any of my own past, I don't think.
No.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, but I would like to go and visit somebody else, at another time, and wonder if you could walk in the ocean and get to Atlantis. Round here. You know what I mean? Who knows? Right, we're coming to the end of the podcast, I can feel, because we're going, no, we're fun this week.
TRNC Animal Rescue Family.
Yeah, you can go to PayPal.
SOSDogs2017 @outlook.com.
What was that? @outlook.com,
In the description below.
Right, yeah. Help us feed the animals. We're putting out a bit of an appeal on Facebook at this time. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. God knows what we're going to do next week.
No.
But no, I hope we've given out.
God or gods.
God or gods.
Gods, yeah.
Do you know, this is the first I've heard of it. God or gods.
Gods.
Okay, alright. And goddesses.
Yeah.
Alright then, let's be politically correct. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time, and you'll hear our words again next time on a Cosmic Crohn's conversation. Take Take care. Goodbye from me, Marie.
And me, Tina. Bye.
See you next time.